Use a math drawing, that is a strip diagram, to solve the following problem. 2/5 of the students in a class are first year students. The rest of the students are others, sophomores, juniors, seniors. If there are 24 others in the class, then how many first year students are in the class? So I'm going to make a strip diagram that I'm going to have a hole and I'm going to break it into fifths. Just trying to eyeball fifths. Close enough. Okay, so 2/5 are first year students. So I'm going to shade 2 of the 5 to represent first years. Okay, and maybe I'll label this first year students. Okay, and the rest are others. So I'm going to label this others. And there are 24 others in the class. So I have to break that 24 into these 3 equal pieces. And 24 divided by 3 is 8. So this has to be 8, 8, 8 to make 24, which means these are also eights because all 5 pieces have to be equal, which means how many first year students are in the class? 8 plus 8 or 16. 23. Consider the following problem. 60% of the students in a class are math majors. If the class has 30 students, then how many of the students in the class are math majors? Solve the problem using a math drawing. Okay, so 60%, I'm going to do a strip diagram again, but I don't want to make 100 equal pieces to represent a percent. Um, so I'm going to change 60%. 60%. That means 60 over 100. I don't want to make a strip diagram with 100 equal pieces. It's too hard to draw. Okay, so I'm going to reduce this fraction by dividing the top and bottom. So I'm going to divide it by a fancy form of 1. So let's see, 60 divided by 10 is 6, and 100 divided by 10 is 10. That's still not as small as possible, although it's better. I can still divide the top and bottom by 2, and I get 3/5. So I can make a strip diagram with 5 pieces. Okay, and now it says 60%, which is 3/5. So I can shade 3 of these pieces to represent 60%. Okay, and these are math majors. Okay. And the rest are others. And it says the class has 30 students total. So I take my 30 students, divide it into 5 equal groups, and I get 6. So there's 6 in each of these blocks here. And so how many of the students are math majors? 6 plus 6 plus 6, which is 18. Okay, I have the same problem. 60% of students in the class are math majors. Class has 30 students. How many of the students are math majors? And it says to solve this using a percent table. So I'm going to make a table where I have percent and number of students. Okay, and start with the given information here. So I am told that the class has 30 students. That's the whole class. So 100% of the class is 30 students. Okay, 60% are math majors. So I got to figure out 60%. Um, so I'm going to start with 10% because 10% is pretty easy to calculate. So I'm going to say 100% divided by 10 will give me 10%. Okay, so I divided the 100% by 10. So I'm going to do the same thing in the number of students column. So I'm going to take my 30, the whole, divide by 10, and I get 3. Okay, so that tells me that 10% of the students is 3 students. And then what I really want though is 60%. So I'm going to say, well, 10% times 6 would give me 60%. So take my 10%, which is 3, multiply by 6, and I get 18 math majors. 24. What fraction describes the shaded region of the figure below? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 equal pieces. So that's going to be my denominator of 12. And how many of them are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 25. Which picture represents the fraction 4 out of 6? So all of my pictures have 6 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I just want to choose the pictures that have 4 of them shaded. And that would be this one has 4 of the 6 shaded, and this one has 4 of the 6 shaded.